Hello, my friend. Happy New Year and welcome back to What's Up in Makeup. Today, we're going to give you an update on the most controversial skincare launch of 2021 and kind of think about how we feel about that situation now, a few months later. After that, we of course have more brand acquisitions. It seems like late 2021 was the time for big brands to buy up little brands. So we have 3 more victims biting the dust today. And then finally, are influencers as influential as they used to be? One article says absolutely not. Let's talk about it. Hang tight. We're getting into it right now. All right, so today we are going to be doing What's Up in Makeup just a little bit differently. I'm feeling out a new format in that we're just going to be talking top news today. It's my favorite segment, and I just want to focus on that today. So let's go ahead and get started with the story about the worst skincare launch of 2021. We won't call it the worst. We'll call it the most unsuccessful launch of 2021. This brand got canceled faster, I think, than any other brand in the history of cosmetics. Reflect Skincare was around for about a week and a half before they said that they were pulling the plug and no longer going to be selling products. If you were not around for that, I'm going to give you a quick recap. Basically, Reflect Skincare was a skincare line that had at the face of it a gamer named Valkyrie. I've heard her say her name as Valkyrie. Some people say Valkyrie. I'm just going to say Valkyrie because that's the way I heard her say her name. Anyway, I digress. So what happened is that she worked with a couple of people behind the scenes to develop this skincare line based on blue light technology. Being a gamer in front of screens all day, she wanted to develop skincare that would help people to not have skin damage from the blue light emitted by screens.
All right, guys, let me see your screen time stats. What's yours? Oh, what's mine? 8 hours? There's no way. We all spend so much time in front of our screens. Think of your laptop, your phone, your tablet, even watches have screens these days. I get it. I'm a full-time content creator. My career depends on being glued to a screen, but all that screen time started to take a toll on my body and my skin. So I did something about it, because we all know screens aren't going anywhere. Meet Reflect. It's the skincare collection that's for everyone who uses a screen.
But the big flaw in that plan was you don't get skin damage from screens, at least in the way that we are currently using them. People like Michelle Wong, not that Michelle Wong, but this Michelle Wong from Lab Muffin Beauty Science, and Dr. Dre, not that Dr. Dre, but this Dr. Dre, came out and talked about how blue light skincare really isn't based in real science. That you get more blue light damage from 15 minutes in the sun without sunscreen than you do over multiple days of sitting in front of a computer monitor, let's say. When the professionals came out and said that basically the whole skincare line was based on both, there was a ton of backlash. Valkyrie kind of melted down and turned her back against the brand, said she didn't even really want to work with the brand anymore, and that was kind of the end of the skincare line.
Yeah, I saw their research. I loved it. I thought it was so sick. I was like, wow, this is incredible. I can't believe I'm going to be a part of something like this. We ran our own studies. We did our own research. We did it, or not me. I didn't do it. They did it. But I saw it. This whole time, I was under the impression that all of that research and everything that I saw was going to be on the website. And when Reflect dropped, it was critical and crucial for there to be information, and there was nothing but a WebMD link. Reflect is something that Ulta, I don't know if you guys know, but Ulta is a large retail skincare, beauty, makeup seller. They invested in Reflect, and it's going to be sold at Ulta in stores tomorrow. And it's really hard to be proud of that. Are you still sticking with the company? And if so, is it because you stand by the product, do the research you've seen, or is it because you're stuck in the contract of some sorts? I am in a bound contract I do believe in the product, but I do also wish to not be involved because the research can't be public.
Now, one of the biggest complaints about that whole situation was that there are lots of brands that have blue light technology in their skincare, and they're not receiving any backlash. One of them is Millie Bobby Brown's Florence by Mills line. Back in August, they launched 3 products that were based in blue light technology, as they say. What they had in them was a plankton extract, and nobody seemed to say a word, including me. Nobody said a word when these products were launched in August. And why these are coming up now is that as I was researching for What's Up in Makeup today, there were quite a few articles promoting this blue light skincare as brand new as of December. So it looks like a re-promote, possibly an expansion to other stores. I did notice that it's at Beauty Bay now, where I don't think it was at Beauty Bay before. So I thought this was a good time to revisit this topic and kind of talk about a couple months later why there's still blue light technology skincare out there, not receiving any backlash when Reflect was essentially destroyed because of that. Personally, I feel like a big reason why Reflect got so much backlash is because the entire line was based on this blue light technology, which was complete bullshit. Where when you have a line like Florence by Mills, it was only 3 products within a larger line. Also, Reflect was a brand new brand, and Florence by Mills is an established brand at this point. They've been out for quite a while. And finally, which I think is the most important one and the most fascinating human nature-wise, is who is the face behind the brand. We have Millie Bobby Brown, who is a child actress, and then we have Valkyrie, who is a very popular streamer and gamer. I do feel like the parasocial relationship between the two is very, very different. People have a lot more access to Valkyrie through her live streams, where Millie Bobby Brown, yes, she has social media, but to my knowledge, she doesn't really interact a whole lot. She's not doing live streams where she connects with her audience. So maybe there is something there psychologically that people were holding Valkyrie to a higher standard, maybe because of their access to her as a person. Also thinking Millie Bobby Brown is a child, Valkyrie is an adult. At this point, a few months after the crash of Reflex Skincare, how are you feeling about it? Do you feel like the brand was treated unfairly, or do you feel like maybe other brands should be held to a higher standard? I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments. Another one bites the dust, and another one down, and another one down, and another one bites the dust. All right, brand acquisition news. We have the first one, which completely broke my heart because I'm a huge fan of their goat cam. Did you know there's a skincare brand with a goat cam? Well, there is, and hopefully the goat cam is not going away. Beekman 1802 majority stake was purchased by a company called Eurazeo, controlling stake $62 million out of $92 million to acquire that majority stake. According to an article on the beauty news site Beauty Packaging, Eurazeo's investment will support the continued expansion of Beekman 1802 across multiple channels, categories, and geographies. They're just trying to get bigger is what it sounds like. I really am sad about this one. I personally really enjoy Beekman 1802 products. The only thing I tried from them that I wasn't a fan of was their rose moisturizer, and it was really the scent, not the product. Beyond that, the effectiveness of the product, it was just a really strong rose scent. But other than that, I've loved everything from Beekman 1802. They just seem to really have a passion for the ingredients in their skincare, which I love, so hopefully they'll be able to hold on to that. This next one is so interesting because do you remember, what was it, a couple weeks ago when we talked about the razor brand Billie being purchased? This one ties into it. Hang tight. So the razor brand Harry's has announced the acquisition of deodorant brand Lumi. Harry's Inc. is this new subset of Harry's where they want to buy up a bunch of other brands besides razor brands and kind of create this big portfolio of different brands. The company stated that it had spoken to more than 100 companies before settling in on Lumi and deciding to purchase them. The reason why this is interesting is because if you remember that story about Billie, Harry's was at one time almost sold to Edgewell. Edgewell owns Schick and Edge and Skintimate. Well, that's the company that bought Billie. But the reason why they weren't allowed to buy Harry's is the reason why P&G wasn't allowed to buy Billy. So the FTC, what they did was they stepped in for both companies, P&G and Billy and Harry's and Edgewell, said that the bigger company was only buying them in order to squash the brand, in order to squash the competition, because Billy and Harry's are both more affordable razor brands. So the FTC was like, no, you can't buy them. You can't just squash the competition. So I found it really interesting that Edgewell ended up buying Billy, but they weren't allowed to buy Harry's. But that leads us up to Harry's kind of becoming its own entity and becoming a competitor for Edgewell in developing their portfolio. So it's just really interesting how all of this has unfolded in the business world. And then finally, if you are a sunscreen fan, you've probably tried a Supergoop sunscreen at some point. Supergoop has been purchased. Blackstone has bought a controlling stake in Supergoop. One thing that's always nice to read when a smaller brand is purchased is that the former teacher and founder of Supergoop, her name is Holly Thaggard, the CEO, Amanda Baldwin, and all of the senior existing management team are going to retain their significant ownership in the brand. It's still going to be a minority stake, but they're still going to own part of the brand. They say the goal is to, quote, help fuel Supergoop's commitment to launch category creating innovations, drive consumer behavior change through education and brand marketing, and expand the company's national and global reach. Why don't they just say it's to make more money? They're trying to expand their reach to make more money. I mean, it makes sense. That's what businesses do. That's what it feels like all these acquisitions are. And I wish them all the best of luck. I just hope they keep those in the integrity of the brands so that we can still enjoy the quality of the products that we've been purchasing for a long time that built them to where they are. Ever since the term beauty influencer became more mainstream, I feel like it has been kind of a controversial term. And I feel like it's like that because I think there were people, and there still are people, that are paid to talk about a product that may not be very good in order to influence regular everyday customers into buying things they don't need or of low quality just because they're being paid to talk about it. For example, do you remember when brands used to be made by influencers? Influencers would promote a brand and the brand would just blow up. I'm talking Too Faced, Tarte, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Those brands were built on purchases made due to influencer recommendations. And I don't know about you, but when I bought that Tarte Shape Tape, when I used it and it creased on me, I just assumed it was my fault. I didn't even think for a second that maybe the influencer wasn't necessarily being honest. I thought I just probably wasn't using it right because everybody seemed to love this stuff, and apparently it was never that great. So this is where it goes into the study, because there was a study done where these e-commerce specialists found that the influencer really doesn't have as much pull as they used to, especially on TikTok. TikTok tends to have a higher engagement rate than Instagram. They compared those specifically. But what happens is the TikTok video goes viral, the company gets a huge boost in sales for that one particular product, and then within 2 months, sales completely drop back to the baseline of where sales were before. So at this point, I'm just curious why you think that is. Why I think that is I feel like a lot of times when influencers are promoting these products, customers are getting them in their hands and realizing that they may not be as good as what the influencer said. So what comes to mind right away is the KVD Good Apple Foundation, where people were raving about it on TikTok. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people got it in their hands and then figured out that it wasn't what they thought that it was based on the recommendations. Consumers are just smarter, they're more in tune, and realize that maybe influencers don't know everything about a product, or maybe there's ulterior motives when they're promoting a product and they're a little more cautious, where I think we all, at least I did, followed a lot more blindly back when YouTube influencing started to be a thing. I also think that it's kind of the nature of the platform too, where TikTok is really good at promoting just one product, where I feel like YouTube, you could do the full brand reviews of multiple products. So multiple products were promoted across the entire brand, so you could see how they were all working. And I feel like TikTok just gives you just that one shot of that one product. And it's just a different feel for a brand when you feel like maybe it's just that one product that's good versus the entire brand. And then the last thing I was thinking is kind of along the same lines, and it's more of the kind of parasocial relationship kind of situation where I feel like with YouTube, there's more chance of feeling connected to the person that you're watching, where I feel like TikTok is just so fast and I don't feel like it's quite as interactive. Yeah, you can put the comment from one person up on the screen, but I feel like a lot gets lost in the comment section. And I just feel like that you don't necessarily trust someone on TikTok or feels connected to someone on TikTok as you do on YouTube, but maybe that's just me. I would love to know your thoughts, even if they're very different than mine. I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments. All right, speaking of TikTok influencers, you know, when there used to be trends, it was like a thing that people wanted to do. Like he would say, oh, this is a beauty trend. It's winged eyeliner, it's ombre lips, it's, you know, glitter lips, it's, you know, whatever, cut creases. Like it was something you wanted to do. Now, beauty trends are not that. It's like a beauty trend is something that you open up and goes viral, and you end up most likely like looking at the person being like, wow, you were so dumb. Like, why did you even do that? Nylon Magazine published an article called The 10 Worst TikTok Beauty Trends. It is quite an amusing read, but it's also kind of infuriating and a little bit sad at the same time. Included are Jamie, who actually tattooed freckles onto her face. Then we have Sean, who we actually talked about on What's Up in Makeup. He used lube as primer. Maybe not as dangerous, but still a little gross. And then we have Jerry. This one really freaks me out. He used erection cream on his lips to make his lips bigger. And through the video, it works, and it is so creepy because I have, like, if that gets in his mouth and in his stomach, like, well, I don't know. I don't know though. Is erection cream edible? Like, that's something to ponder. I feel like such an old lady when I'm watching these things though. I feel like these kids today. I get that whole vibe when I watch these TikTok trends because it freaks me out because I'm mostly worried about kids watching these and then trying to do them at home. As a parent, you come home and your kids got lube all over their face and erection cream all over their lips and you're wondering what the hell happened. I mean, and this one, some of them get outright dangerous. I mean, the tattooing the freckles on your face, and this one, this actually extended from 2020 into 2021. People were actually taking metal nail files and filing their teeth to straighten them. And of course, the dentists that reacted to this were absolutely horrified, talking about how at best you're gonna cause teeth sensitivity, and at worst you're gonna end up with a root canal and other problems with your teeth. Like, this is straight up dangerous. So of course, the human side of me is amused. I am mildly amused by the stupidity. Meanwhile, the adult in me really does wish that there was some kind of rule across different social media platforms about things that are dangerous and promoting those on different platforms. I mean, maybe kids shouldn't be allowed to use TikTok at all, and maybe young adults should just be held responsible for their actions. I don't know, what do you think? In more fun, happy news, Sephora has announced their birthday gifts for 2022. And one thing that's really cool about the Sephora birthday gift program is that all you have to do is be signed up for their Beauty Insider program in order to get a gift for your birthday. And you don't have to spend any money at all in order to get it, which I think is super cool. Now, they used to have one where you had to be their highest level, which is Rouge status, spend a ridiculous amount of money in order to get it. They've actually done away with that. And now they're putting out, they have 4 different things. They've only announced the first one, but one every quarter, they're going to release a new gift as an option. So the first one of those is by Olaplex. It's a gift set featuring the number 3 Hair Perfector and the number 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask. They're 2 hair treatments to help replenish damaged and dry hair, respectively. So that's the one that's for quarterly right now, but then for all year, there's one by Amika. It's a gift set with the Perk Up Talc Free Dry Shampoo, Shampoo, the Soul Food Nourishing Mask, and the Flash Instant Shine Hair Gloss Mask. The next choice is from Tatcha. There's 3 products, the Rice Wash Skin Softening Cleanser and the Dewy Skin Cream Plumping and Hydrating Moisturizer, along with the Liquid Silk Canvas, which is technically a face primer, but they say that the face primer also safeguards against environmental pollutants. It's just an antioxidant, I'm sure, but that's considered skincare for this particular set. And then there's a twist for the next 2 choices. So this one is only available if you can find a Sephora that's inside a Kohl's, and that's the NARS gift set. They've actually had this one before. It's a Laguna bronzer and then a Laguna lip balm. And then if you don't have a Sephora inside Kohl's, then this one is exclusively just at the Sephoras that are not in Kohl's. This is the Laura Mercier set. It features the translucent loose setting powder with the caviar eyeshadow stick and strapless. This shade was created exclusively for Sephora. So those are the birthday gifts. I would love to know what you think of them. For me, I always forget to go get mine. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't, but I'm kind of leaning either toward the NARS or the Tatcha. Recently, we've done a few stories on benzene in different products and products being recalled because of the benzene. If you're not familiar, benzene is a known carcinogen. It is a contaminant that has been getting into things like sunscreen and deodorant. Now it has made its way into some dry shampoos and dry conditioners. The brands are all P&G brands: Pantene, Aussie, Herbal Essences, Waterless, Hair Food, and Old Spice. I will have a link to the full list of all the affected products down below in case you'd like to check it out. And then finally, we're gonna end with a feel-good story of the week. Dove has partnered with the Academy Award-winning short called Hair Love to come out with some kids' hair products, and they are so freaking adorable. The brand hopes to inspire kids to love their hair. The new range of hair care products is for curls, coils, and waves. If you have not seen Hair Love by Matthew A. Cherry, I highly recommend. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it isn't just about hair. It's about family and love within a family as well. And it is just the cutest little short. It's only about 6.5 minutes long. I will have it linked down below for you. Highly recommend. It is absolutely adorable. The line includes a shampoo, a conditioner, a detangler, and a curl cream. And the packaging features Zuri, who is the star of Hair Love, and she's on all of the bottles, along with a positive affirmation that says, "I am caring, brilliant, and creative." The full collection is available right now on Walmart's website, and it'll be available in Walmart stores nationwide beginning January 2022. And that, my friend, was What's Up in Makeup this week. Thank you so, so much for watching. And thank you, as always, to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate it. If you submitted products for this week, I have saved them, and we may be talking about them in a future show. Again, I'm just kind of playing with the format. Live chat today is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I am working that Alney Market in the morning with my marshmallow company called Mad Marshmallows, so I will not be able to make an early chat, but we will be here for an evening chat at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. But if you can't watch it live, it is no problem at all. It's very easy to find. You can go to my channel page, click on my videos, and click on the video titled Live Chat, or if you're subscribed to the channel, it should just be in your subscription feed naturally. So this is a great time for you to hit the subscribe button to make sure that it's always in your subscription feed. Thank you again so, so much for watching. If you would like to hang out a little bit longer, YouTube should be recommending a couple of videos for you right over here to watch. But if it is your time to go, it is absolutely no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. Bye!